that's what the evidence showed. It shows that Mr. Ellis died as a result of the altercation, the assault by defendants Collins and Burbank, and by the restraint. That's what killed him. I want to talk about instruction number 24, because this is important. This is the instruction as it relates to proximate cause. And one of the things, and the judge read it to you, but one of the important things in the last paragraph you'll see is that the instruction says that there may be more than one proximate cause to a death. So even as Dr. Clark said, that were contributing factors, the methamphetamine and the underlying heart issue, that those were contributing causes. That doesn't mean that you don't have proximate cause for the death. So I want to talk for just a minute about what the defense wants this case to be about. And they said in opening statement, defendant Collins.
Just a minute. We're at about 12:01 at this point. I don't want to, if you've got like 5 minutes, I don't want to.
Yeah, like 5 minutes.
Then we'll continue.
Okay, thank you. They said in opening statement that they were going to pound the facts. And we talked about the facts today. 3 eyewitnesses who all contradict what the officers say. They say Mr. Ellis wasn't doing anything. Objective video evidence that shows Mr. Ellis being assaulted, choked, tased repeatedly. But the defense didn't talk about those things. What they did is they want to make this case about something other than what Manny Ellis told them, that he couldn't breathe, and about the choices that they made in response to that. They want to make this about a trial of Manny Ellis, that he did this to himself by his meth use and by his resisting the assault and restraint by the officers. That maybe his arrest in 2015 or 2019 might explain what happened on March 3rd, 2020. And you heard testimony that they put on from the drug provider, his mental health provider, medical records that I'm sure you'll hear about in closing arguments. The defense has wanted to put Mr. Ellis's flaws out front and center and to put him on trial in this case. And it is true that he was a flawed human being who struggled to have a job, struggled with drugs, who struggled with his mental health. But as I said to you at the start, people loved him. He was a son, and he was a brother, and he was a human who deserved the same dignity that we all do.
Continue overall.
And he deserved to be treated with basic human dignity. The defendants owed him that, not as a police officer, but as fellow human beings. And yet you saw with your own eyes how they violently assaulted and restrained him. And you heard from 3 witnesses who told you that they had no reason to do that they had no reason to arrest him and no reason to assault him. And when he pleaded to the most basic thing that we all need, to breathe, all it would have taken was the tiniest bit of compassion to help him, to keep him alive. But the defendants chose not to do that. They chose instead to tie all 4 of his limbs behind his back, hold him on the ground and press him into the pavement. And he suffocated. And he died because of the choices that these defendants made. And based on the evidence that you heard in this case, the state asks, based on what you heard, what has been presented, that you find them guilty as charged. Thank you.